Hi Capricorn, welcome to your end of December 2018 general tarot reading. It's Raina. Happy birthday to those of you who are in the first decan or 10 degrees of Capricorn. And you know that solstice time, I'm going to say it, winter solstice, because that's where I live. It's a winter solstice. You know, that's a time of the sun changing from Sag to Capricorn. And I think it's a very important time because Sagittarius is the last fire sign and Capricorn is the last earth sign. So there's a lot of wisdom at this time, I feel. I'm laughing because I just got that for another sign. Now I'm doing these in a more haphazard way. And it's funny, I'm getting some of the same cards even. It's amazing, even after I shuffled. I'm going to pick this one. Okay. Alrighty. I'll just put these together. Okay, so the World card. Oh, by the way, the day after the solstice, on the 22nd, there is a full moon in Cancer at 0 degrees. So that will be your 7th house of committed partnership. And the World card, you know, full moons can be endings, and the World card is the card of endings. So this could be on the personal level. With a relationship, like a marriage or a committed partnership. Obviously, I think you would know this. It's not going to happen randomly. So this may be just something that you're dealing with, along with the many things that Capricorns are dealing with at this time, with all of the other things. Saturn in your sign, Pluto in your sign, the South Node in your sign, and now the Sun in your sign. The World card is also about graduation. So I did graduate in December from college when I went back to college in my 30s and graduated in my I think I was early 40s when I graduated. And it was at the end, you know, it was in December. So some people do graduate then. That might be you. You might be retiring. You know, you might be in that phase of life. And you could even be in your early 50s and retire if you've been in a career for 30 years. You might be ending a trip. Or I guess with the World card, it could be any kind of traveling. So you might be traveling long distance at this time. Maybe because in the holidays you want to visit somebody or just get away from everybody. Who knows? So you don't have to deal with them. In the past position, we have the 6 of Wands, and this is the card of career success. So yes, I mean, this goes along with people who are retiring, and maybe they want to end on a good note. It could also be that you are deciding to change fields, and maybe you had success in a certain field, but you can see the writing on the wall for some reason. Maybe it's the kind of career that you feel is dying out, or you just sense that that it's limited, that it's not going to last, or that it's for somebody who's a certain age, it no longer is viable. It can be, too, that there was a relationship with somebody who is a fire sign. And the fire signs are Aries. That's the usual suspect with Capricorn. Leo, Sagittarius. And in that situation, there may have been this sense of it was good at first. Maybe even that person was successful career-wise. And now there's this sense of conflict. You know, the Seven of Wands may be that you feel under fire from this person, and maybe they don't feel good about themselves, and they are looking at you and they see you as somebody who is succeeding, and they're comparing themselves and they don't feel like they measure up, and instead of doing something about it, they're trying to cut you down to size, pick at you, try to make you somehow wrong, and put you on the defensive, and that is causing conflict. This can be in the workplace, and this may be why you're seeing the writing on the wall, is that, you know, you went from this position of being lauded by the company to being criticized. And you're like, wait a second, something is wrong here. Something is making me nervous, because I feel like they're doing this on purpose, that this is like some kind of a scheme in order to drive me out so that they don't have to fire me, you know, all those potential legal maneuvers. And what crosses you is the Knight of Pentacles. Now, this card is connected to Taurus, so if this is a person who's a problem in your life, then this is just confirmation of that. But I feel like, if I'm going along with this narrative, that you might be thinking, or maybe you tried this, Capricorn, where you tried to work your butt off, and you doubled down, and you tried even harder, and you showed up earlier, and it isn't working because there's something else going on. Maybe somebody is jealous of you professionally, and so their MO, their way of like trying to solve this problem, is to try to squeeze you out, try to drive you away by putting you on the defensive. And so you might be trying to hold on to this situation, but there's a part of you that knows that it's coming to an end. And you probably want to be the one who goes out on your own terms, but you don't want to be driven out. That might be what is on your mind right now. What is coming in, this is a great card for any kind of challenges that you're having. The Nine of Cups is the card of wish fulfillment. So this is a card that is connected to Jupiter. And just a side note, Jupiter is in Sagittarius for the next year until December of 2019. And so Jupiter for Capricorn is currently in your 12th house of karma, for instance. You know, that's one of the key words. So, and it's also behind the scenes things. So you might have like I was going to say a secret admirer, but there might be like an angel or some kind of something, that someone pulling the strings on your behalf, or putting in a good word for you that you don't even know about, and helping you to not only survive this situation, but maybe triumph over it. Maybe somehow there's going to be some kind of something that you've wanted very much that comes true. So maybe you even get like a promotion where you thought that maybe they were trying to force you out. And again, this may come through some kind of serendipitous occurrence where maybe the person who's your immediate manager decides to quit, and then you take over their spot and you don't have to deal with them harassing you anymore. This could be in your private life, that a person that you have really been wanting to be with is in your life. And by the way, if you're traveling, if the World card represents some Capricorns traveling, this could be where you meet this person. The outcome is the Seven of Swords. This is a card of strategy, I think, especially in this reading, where you are really able to maneuver. You know, I'm seeing the two sevens here. The number 7 can be really analytical. And especially with the swords, that mental energy of like kind of plotting your next move. And Capricorns are good at that. You know, you can be as Machiavellian as the best of them. And whether this is, you know, a real slick move when it comes to some career matter, or even, you know, if you're dealing with a Taurus individual in your private life and you're like, it's messy, maybe that Taurus person is trying to hold on to the relationship and you realize it's over with. You figure out a way to get out of it without incurring too much drama. With Taurus, it's mostly possessiveness more than anything else. And you can figure out how to outsmart them and get your needs met, which with the Nine of Cups is something that is very positive, to say the least. Something that you maybe have been like, oh gosh, I wish this could happen, and then it does. And what I was going to say too about Jupiter, you know, because it's connected to the Nine of Cups, is that a year from now, Jupiter will go into your sign. So this next year, in 2019, Capricorn, it may be like the World card. I mean, the World card may be a preview of this, where you're kind of tying up some loose ends when it comes to one cycle. And when the Jupiter transit into Capricorn occurs, going into your sign and having all these new opportunities present themselves. And from now until a year from now, perhaps there are things that you're going to be in transition with. You're going to have a solar eclipse in January. You're going to have a lunar eclipse in July. You know, you're going to go through a lot of changes. And it's going to be very exciting with these, with the north and south nodes and the eclipses connected to that. And all of these, you know, fate-filled occurrences in the next 18 months. So hold on to your hats and enjoy the ride. I hope that you enjoyed this, Capricorn. Have a wonderful holiday, New Year, birthday. And if you'd like a private reading, please click on the link below. Take care. Bye.